Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics. And I'm now joined by Navy tennis senior Sylvia Eklund. Sylvia, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How does someone end up from Washington State all the way here in Annapolis? I know that the Naval Academy has a lot of fanfare, but what was it about this school that made you make this cross-country sacrifice?
Yeah, honestly, I had not heard of the Naval Academy from a lot of people back home. It's not really something that people from Seattle really talk about very much, but we get like the recruiting emails all the time on our school laptops, and then Naval Academy popped up, and then I reached out to Coach Puryear and started the conversation from there, and I really just fell in love with like the school, the community, the networks that of alumni who had reached out to me even before I committed, and that just shows just the amount of like reach that the Naval Academy community has on all the students, and I just felt like you couldn't get that anywhere at any other school.
Now, your sister Addie is currently at Colgate up in Hamilton, New York. Did you two just want to get as far away from your parents as possible?
I mean, I think not. Well, growing up in the Pacific Northwest, there's like this this factor of unknown on the East Coast. So we both wanted to go and see the other side of the country, and then we both ended up somehow in the same conference.
Before we get to Patriot League play, because you start that against Lehigh on Saturday, you've had a lot of success in doubles in particular. You and Anna were crushing it last year, and then all of a sudden you pick up with Emma, and you two have been on a tear. You won your last three doubles matches together. What's gone into that?
Yeah, I think Emma and I are in the same company. We're both in 18, so we sort of have a connection in that way. We were actually in the same squad last semester, so we built a pretty good bond then. And then with Anna being out for the season, it was just a really great opportunity to pick that back up on the court. So it's been really, really fun playing with her. She's a really great player, and it's just a blast to be on court with her.
Where do you see your two strengths lying? Why do you two fit so well together?
Oh, I think probably I would say my strength is more like consistency, more of the baseline player, and she's definitely more of an attacker. She has a very aggressive mindset. So in that way, it works really well. When we do like the one up, one back, I'll just like I'll get the ball and play. That's all I really need to do, and she does a good job of taking it from there.
You've had quite some success in your time at the Naval Academy, particularly in Patriot League play. That begins this weekend. You start with Lehigh. You have two matches in conference this weekend. You got Bucknell coming up on Sunday. What's the mindset? How do you ladies feel as you begin that action this weekend?
I mean, we're so excited for conference play. It's definitely the most fun part of the season. And to be out there on court with teammates to the left and right of us. It's also going to be really fun to travel, go see some different campuses. And I think we've had a pretty tough season thus far, and those matches have been really difficult. But I think it does a good job of preparing us to take on these Patriot League schools when it's getting sort of to the end of the season.
And you talk about the travel you have to do. What for you in your time with Navy has been your most favorite road trip?
Ooh, most favorite. I would say probably Army, going up to Army youngster year. That was a lot of fun. It's always cool to like go see another school, let alone another service academy. My sister also goes to school in New York, so she was able to come down with some of her friends, which was really cool. And obviously, taking the star match was really fun. So the vibes on the bus ride back were really high.
Speaking of Addie, you get to face Colgate coming up pretty soon here. How does that play out? How do mom and dad feel when they get to see you two going at it and the Raiders and midshipmen get together?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be really funny to see. I'm not sure how the lineup is gonna work out, if we'll play each other in singles or doubles or not. But I think we're definitely playing for bragging rights with this match. But I think both of our parents are gonna come in half Navy, half Colgate gear, rooting for us both. So it'll be really fun to go see your stomping grounds and play on those courts.
All right, Sylvia, be honest. Who had the upper hand growing up?
I mean, we only played once when we were 12s, and it didn't go so well. She beat me, I think, pretty bad. Because yeah, I didn't have it back then, but I think if we were to play, it'd be a lot more even than today.
All right, that said, your time with Navy tennis might be winding down, but you look back at what you've accomplished here at the Naval Academy. What for you has been the most rewarding part of playing tennis for the midshipmen?
Huh. Um, I guess I would say just going to practice every day, and seeing the grit and drive that all of my teammates have every single day. I mean, it's definitely not easy to come and to practice day in and day out and do the same thing. But it's very inspiring to see how much that all my teammates can do in the classroom and then militarily, and then at the end of the day, come to practice and thrive on court. So that's taught me a lot of lessons on teamwork and just work ethic in general.
Well, it's quite a ways away from home back in Seattle, Washington, but 3+ years into your time in Annapolis, you think this place feels like home?
Oh yeah, it 100% does. I love Annapolis. It's a really cute town, and I made a lot of friends here. It does feel like home, and I'll be in Quantico, Virginia next year, so not too far away from Annapolis. So I'll probably find myself coming back almost every weekend.
Right on. Well, Sylvia, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it, and best of luck this weekend against Lehigh.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me.